Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Path, where we are continuing on in the third case of the game, the Inherited Turnabout. Alright, Larry, what more are we gonna do with you, you fool? And that transformation was no mirage. Transformation, you say? Oh, you're curious too, Edgy? Well, nothing for it. Guess I'll have to show you. Show me? What exactly? I drew a picture of the very scene I saw back then. But I really can't believe what I drew. You always draw something, like, insane. Like with the whole bridge thing. Picture? What picture? This one right here. Oh, very creepy. What? What is this disturbing picture? Is that sculpture weeping tears of blood? Larice, this picture's scary. Kay, it scared me too. This Gemini sculpture suddenly transformed into a goddess right before my eyes. I couldn't help but scream. So the victim collapsing wasn't what surprised him. I mean, he got double surprised, I guess. What do you mean when you say transformed? I don't really understand it myself. The lower half of its body just turned into a fish. It was like a freaking mermaid, man. A fish goddess. That would be the Pisces sculpture, wouldn't it? Pisces sculpture, eh? Hold on. So... winter and autumn. Pisces supposed to be autumn. But then Gemini's supposed to be winter. And the temperatures and everything. Something is going on, y'all. In mythology, Pisces represents the fish that a goddess and her son transform into. Really? So Pisces isn't just a couple of ordinary fish? Hedgie, you don't think that sculpture is cursed, do you? Those tears of blood turned the Gemini sculpture into a fish. Preposterous. You simply mistook the Pisces sculpture for the Gemini one. Okay. Oh, you put the sketch in your organizer? Even a sketch like this can't be used as scrap paper after all. Wow, savage. You refuse to ever tell him that his art is decent. I mean, I could never draw that shit, so I give you props at Larry. Larice. How could you? Why do you deny me? Why? But it's strange. Why did only the lower half of the sculpture transform? Uncle Ray is a bit curious about what went on in the Autumn Palace. Indeed, I wonder if someone tampered with the Pisces sculpture. Huh? Yes, Edgeworth here.
Mr. Edgeworth, we finished searching the room. The poison gas isn't a threat anymore, so you can enter the crime scene.
Right, good work, detective. It seems we can enter the Autumn Palace now. Nice timing, Mr. Detective. Let's go right now. I want to see the Pisces sculpture. If Kay's going, I'm going too. I was planning on bringing him along anyway. Right then, let's proceed to the Autumn Palace. So, this is the Autumn Palace. It certainly does resemble the Winter Palace.
I've been waiting, sir. Huh? Aren't you that hairy butts guy?
Always says the name wrong, always. Wrong! I'm Larice Dodem! Never mind that, detective. Your report, if you please.
Roger that, sir. We discovered a used gas burner during our investigation. The nozzle was still warm when we found it, so it may be related to the incident.
Was it used to heat something? Okay. Was that ladder always there on the ground?
It was probably used by the person who set off the poison gas. The poison gas was released when someone lifted the lid off that glass case, sir.
The Pisces sculpture.
Huh? Seems like you know about it, sir. Well then, do you know what the sculpture next to it is?
Since we're in the Autumn Palace, it would probably be the Capricorn sculpture.
As expected of Mr. Edgeworth, I thought it was Taurus myself. I was thrown off as it was covered by this weird cloth.
The fluorescent cloth. I wonder what it's doing here. Evidence from the IS-7 incident. Okay. Interesting.
No matter what it is or how it got here.
And these are covered.
The sculptures in this room are all covered with this fluorescent cloth.
And because they're hidden, it makes me want to see them even more.
Let's take a look. I'll just get this cloth off.
Wow, they're beautiful.
Oh, that's Aquarius. Hey, that's mine. And that looks like Taurus, or... no, maybe Capricorn. I don't know. You don't think the transformation Larry saw was in fact the moment the cloth wrapped around the lower half of Pisces fell? See, Edgy? It wasn't a mirage or a mistake after all. Ugh. I hate it when you're right. Hey, Miles, there sure is something strange about this room. Looks exactly the same as the Winter Palace we were in just a moment ago. Yes, I agree. Perhaps the sculptures were hidden to make it look like the Winter Palace. If you wrap the cloth around the lower half of the Pisces sculpture, it looks like Gemini. Capricorn is half fish too. Hide the lower half and it resembles Taurus. The remaining two, which couldn't be altered with trickery, were covered up. The Autumn Palace was made to look like the Winter Palace. So wait, the one at the left, what was that then? Pisces, Aries. Oh, that was Aries, that's right. Aries and Capricorn I get mixed because I'm not used to seeing Capricorn depicted with the bottom being a fish. I'm used to it just being, you know, what is that? It's not a goat. Is it a goat? And then Aries is a ram? Like, there's a difference, right? Because I never looked into it enough to determine the difference. I know the one person who would be able to answer all these questions and explain it perfectly would be Sign. She's like the master of this kind of stuff. It's interesting, but I'm bad. I never gave it much attention. The only ones I ever paid attention to were the two that were close to my birthday, which is Aquarius and Pisces, because I always felt like I was more like a Pisces just because my birthday, the 17th, is like borderline the end of Aquarius, beginning of Pisces is the 18th. So I was always like, I was super close to actually being a Pisces, and sometimes I feel like that actually fits me more. But there are other times that Aquarius fits me as well. So it's one of those borderline things. I know some other people go through something like that too. That they're like, this one describes me a bit more than my other one, or, you know. There's no one shoe fits all kind of thing. The Autumn Palace was made to look like the Winter Palace, so it seems, Mr. Shields. It looks like we'll need to conduct an investigation of the Autumn Palace, too. Hold it! Who is it? No! Oh no! Not you two. Everything was going so smoothly until now. Oh, there's so many characters now. The problem is that I was kind of giving the best a similar voice to Larry. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Now what? What am I gonna do with you, you stupid? Because they have a similar personality. They're both dummies. Oh, cheerful airheads. Shoot. Mr. DeBest and Judge Courtney. Ugh. What? Should I? I think I have to completely change his voice at this point. Hey, you guys again? This is a problem. You see, this is my crime scene. Mr. Edgeworth, it seems my power is insufficient. If you're here, then it would appear that you still haven't understood my warnings. Oh, shut up. Furthermore, you know full well your reckless actions will cause trouble for that detective. In the name of the goddess of law, I must pass judgment.
You've got it all wrong, pal. I was the one who asked Mr. Edgeworth to investigate.
Really? Well then, Flatfoot, I'll have to do that.
That?
Yeah, that. Right, cut your salary. Looking forward to your next payday. I've always wanted to say that. No! If you keep cutting, he'll literally die. There's not enough for anything.
You're the last person I want cutting my salary, pal.
Hold it, the best. I am only cooperating with the police as a witness to this incident. Detective Gumshoe is not to blame. So that's how it is. Well then, should I be raising his salary? I think so. Yes! Do it! Take advantage of his stupidity and let him do that. No, that's not what I meant. Edgeworth, how could you?
But it would be really nice to get my salary raised.
Your mercy is deeply moving, Sebastian. But past transgressions must lead to future judgment. Prosecutor Edgeworth and all in his company depart at once from this holy site.
But that's bull! We only just got here!
The one given the goddess of law's blessing for this incident was Sebastian.
And I'm totally sure you're not to blame for that one. In other words, Mr. DeBest is the prosecutor in charge of this case. That's right, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening performance is over. Besides, I've already got my eyes set on the culprit.
What? Who, pal?
Well, naturally, that artist. The one who stole my voice. Me? Hey, what's going on, Edgy? Don't ask me. I can't understand his reasoning. If you can't understand how the best prosecutor thinks, it simply shows how inculpable you are. You got the wrong word there, pal. Seems he doesn't know what inculpable even means.
That's right, Sebastian. Prosecutor Edgeworth is quite incapable.
Yes, he's incapable.
She just nonchalantly corrected him.
Don't underestimate my intelligence gathering skills. I just came from the infirmary and asked the doctor there about the cause of the poison gas. And what was the cause? Some normal substance? What was its name again? Hold on a second. I'll call the doctor to make sure.
Since Sebastian is on the phone, I'll answer for him.
In that case, why didn't you tell us before he called?
I just didn't want him to bother us anymore. I need a break from him. The poison gas was caused by the mixing of two different types of chemicals. Their names are normalium and fatalium.
Wonder what they do. So, what are those chemicals exactly?
Normalium is a red liquid that's commonly used in everyday products. It can be found in paint and detergent, among other things, but it is not toxic by itself.
So you're saying that it's a substance readily available to anyone?
Yes, but fatalium, on the other hand, is not so easy to obtain.
Its name sure sounds dangerous. What's it used for?
Well, assassination, you know. It is the active ingredient of a white pesticide known as megatoxin X.
Just gotta add an X on it to make it sound cool. Chemical X. Or what was the Cold Killer X? That's right. The one that Phoenix has quite an experience with.
Fatalium itself also has a deep white color, but it's not readily sold in stores. It's nearly impossible to obtain domestically. Right now we are looking into how this chemical was obtained.
Okay, interesting. So red plus white would be pink then. Okay, I finally found out the names of those chemicals.
Judge Courtney has already told us. We don't need to hear it again.
Fine then, I'll cut to the chase. You know that normalium from the poison gas is also used in paint, right? Today, out of everyone who visited the art gallery, the only one carrying paint was that artist. You're treating me as the culprit just because of that? I object to the red paint on the palette you're carrying. Hey, Edgy, don't you think this prosecutor is kind of an idiot? Oh, to be called an idiot by Larry Butts, that's like the lowest of the low, man. You should be so sad, Sebastian. Go cry, man. Go cry in the corner.
Indeed. Although I've only known him for a short time, his logic is always absurd. He's almost as bad as you.
Hey! Hey, don't ignore me!
It's alright, Sebastian. They're only doing it because they're afraid of you. Like the first star to appear at night, show us reasoning that shines the best.
The first star shines best. Not bad. Hey, you guys better listen up too. Oh boy, here we go.
Mr. the Best's shining logic.
That artist was the first to discover the victim, so naturally he's the best suspect. The poison gas was caused by normalium, a chemical found in paint, right? As he was carrying paint near the victim, he would have had the best chance. The paint, along with being the first witness, that pretty much proves he's the culprit. So, what do you think, Justine?
We cannot ignore the possibility. Well then, Mr. Artist, please tell us the truth. Did you leave red paint at the crime scene? Or else, did you cause the poison gas to go off?
The only thing I leave behind is my bond of love with you. Larry? No. Bad Larry. Now is not the time.
Please watch what you say. I will smack you with my gavel.
Yep. See?
My gavel is already prepared to declare you guilty.
Objection!
Please pay no heed to this man's statements. He's a natural horn dog.
Objection!
Hey, you guys. Ignoring my reasoning just because it's flawless won't do you any good. Mr. Edgeworth, if you've already admitted defeat, you should take your leave. Huh. Even though I don't really have time to deal with your ridiculous reasoning. But we're gonna have to. Alright, he was the first. I don't wanna... I know normally I could press, but he's just so... Sometimes I'm not in the mood to deal with him. Chemical found in paint. What are we gonna use? Okay, first of all, that's weird. Having the pink liquid outside. What are we going with? I guess we are gonna have to press something, right? That's IS7. Yes, apparently normalium is used in many everyday products. Right, so the red paint is definitely suspicious.
But it's also used in things other than paint, right?
I guess you have a point. What do you think, Justine? That's right, normalium is also used in detergent, for example. In other words, it might not have been paint that caused the gas. That's not true. Let me just finish my reasoning. Carrying paint near the victim, you would have had the best chance. Let's try this one. Even if paint is the cause of the poison gas, that does not mean he is guilty. Haha! Well then, if the paint is not the cause, that doesn't mean he's innocent either.
Now he's just trying to sound clever. Mimicking what Mr. Edgeworth says won't make you look cool at all.
Kate, please don't make my statements look bad. Now then, it's about time to wrap up my shining logic. Alright, so maybe it is this one? Do you truly claim that Larry is the culprit based on just that? Huh? You got a problem with that? If you have a problem, then present evidence.
Mr. Edgeworth, it looks like he really wants you to do that.
Indeed, then I will do as he wishes and present evidence. Seems he doesn't pay much attention to what other people are saying. There is a clear contradiction in Mr. DeBest's logic.
Why do you even bother making the phone call?
I'll finish this quickly. This is a waste of time. Okay. So it is that last statement, which I was already kind of leaning towards. Just looking. I mean, are we just gonna talk about the fact that he's not even talking about the Fatalium? Is that pretty much what we're going with? No? I don't know what we're arguing here. Mr. DeBest, there's a contradiction in your statement. Is that true, Justine?
It is not, Sebastian. It is Prosecutor Edgeworth's statement that is contradictory.
Of course, there's no way there can be a contradiction in my argument. Ah! Isn't it full of contradictions? Is it? My real problem is her rather than Mr. DeBest. What is the... I know we were saying about that. Is it this one? Let me try it here. It could be the wrong... Yeah, it was the wrong statement. Okay. Dang it. That's why I pressed it first, because I was like, this one's shady, but then I doubted myself. Oh well. Mr. DeBest, your logic is more akin to a shooting star than a shining star. It shines the best like a shooting star, right? It may shine brightly for a brief moment, but then it burns itself out. The poison gas originated from inside the glass case of the Pisces sculpture. Exactly. So that's where the artist set off the gas, right? He used the normalium in his red paint.
As your senior, let me give you one piece of advice. Listen to the explanations of others. The poison gas was caused by mixing both normalium and fatalium together. The normalium contained in the red paint is not enough by itself.
Really? But I thought I heard normalium caused the fatality.
Don't tell me you just misheard the forensic report.
Darn it!
By the time Larry discovered the victim, the room was already filled with poison gas.
It is time for you to realize how incapable you really are. Hey, what do you mean by incapable?
You tried to use that word earlier and you still don't know what it means.
He means to say you are lacking in ability.
Incidentally, incapable has a completely different meaning. I get it, you're making fun of me again, aren't you?
I am merely saying you are incapable in your investigation. Before you insult Sebastian, I still have some doubts about your own statement.
What kind of doubts?
For all we know, Mr. Ardis could have simply entered the Autumn Palace at an earlier time.
That's,
Moreover, do you have evidence that the red paint is unrelated to the case?
The most important thing now is not the red paint, the red normalium and the white fatalium. Exactly how were these two substances mixed? I believe that is our main concern.
Naturally. It was Sebastian's job to investigate that. Were it not for your interference, we would have found that out by now.
I never intended to interfere. On the contrary, I'd like to cooperate. Don't tell me you're going to say you know the cause of the poison gas.
How the poison gas started. I have something that may shed some light on this matter. Sebastian, do not fall for his bluff.
Come now, it's fine, really. Let's hear what he's come up with.
If you say so, Sebastian.
Come on, show us. How did the poison gas start?
You know, it has to do with this burner.
Can you see this piece of evidence? It has traces of the poison gas's origin.
Wait, what?
Sebastian, don't get too close to Mr. Edgeworth. His foolish logic will make you dizzy. I'll find it poisonous and even guilty.
What? That was wrong? But we needed the poison gas, didn't we?
You actually backed off.
Don't give up, Mr. Edgeworth. Keep using your poison tongue like you always do.
I must have evidence that shows how the normalium and fatalium were mixed. Red normalium and white fatalium were mixed.
Them mixing? I mean, we see it in this image, but that can't be that. I didn't know. He didn't say how they were mixed. It said how did it start, so I thought we were arguing about that. I mean, this is the only other thing we got. Whatever.
Surely you're not saying that this was the cause of poison gas.
It seems even you've noticed it.
Duh, it really stands out.
Those red tears that Larry saw were undoubtedly normalium.
Huh? Wait a second. If those were chemicals, does that mean a ghost set off the poison gas?
I don't have time to play along with him. The red tears of normalium could not have triggered the poison gas by itself. That red liquid was mixed inside the case to create the poison gas.
What? Just where do you see evidence that the chemicals were mixed?
I mean, we saw the pink at the bottom, so I guess that's the only thing we can argue.
That can also be seen in this sketch.
And I actually have to point it out. Okay. Show that they were mixed.
A pink liquid can be seen flowing out from under the case of the Pisces sculpture. This is proof that the two chemicals were mixed. Hold on for a second, I still don't get it. How does this show that normalium and fatalium were mixed? Since we have a self-proclaimed artist here, I'll let him explain. Larry, you fancy yourself an artist, so you should know about mixing paint, right? What do you add to red to make pink? Don't take me for a fool, Edgy! I'll have you know I graduated from middle school. You add white to red to make pink, it's common knowledge. Well, technically there's rose pink, baby pink, and several others. That's enough. Now do you understand, Mr. The Best?
Why did I make him go down? I don't know.
That's how it is. By mixing red normalium with white fatalium, you get a pink liquid. Yes, exactly. Took him long enough? I see.
It looks like Mr. The Best finally gets it.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, you have merely presented one possibility. Do we really know if the color was the result of the two chemicals mixed together? Furthermore, this sketch was drawn by the suspect. I cannot put much faith into it.
I just painted what I saw. How could that be a lie?
Mr. Artist, I did not permit you to speak.
Yes, Mommy. See, I knew he would like it. So cold. Well, that's part of her charm.
Of course, I intend to bring the truth to light immediately. It would not be wise to jeopardize your position even further. Aren't you going to answer my question from before? How do you know that Mr. Artist did not enter the Autumn Palace?
Well, we will answer that question in the next episode.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. And until next time, have a nice day. Bye!